Hey, good afternoon, everybody. David Hood with TigerNet.com. Brandon Rink behind the camera. It's Clemson and Louisville week. The Tigers traveling up to Louisville to take on the Cardinals at noon Saturday. And it's a big contest. Look, Dabo Swinney said it earlier today. The Cardinals are 2-1 in the conference. They're only lost to Florida State. Clemson beat Florida State. And the Cardinals have just defeated Wake Forest 62-59 in a high-scoring shootout. But look, if Louisville wins this game, they're in charge of their own destiny in the ACC Atlantic. So that's why it's a big game. Dabo has that mantra, look, what's the biggest game of the season? It's the next game. None truer than this week. Clemson's going to have to knock off a really stubborn Cardinal club. He mentioned in his press conference today that the Cardinals are a polar opposite team than the one Clemson scored 77 points on last season. New head coach Scott Satterfield, who came over from App State, has his guys believing. Dabo said, look, it's not like it was a complete turnover of the roster, not like it was a bunch of bad players, not like it's a bunch of new players. He said they've got some dudes, including a massive left tackle. Some interesting notes heading into the game. Look, there's the narrative that Clemson may be not as good as last year. They dropped to third in the AP poll. But only one team in the nation has 5 wins against Power 5 teams, and that's Clemson. And they're averaging beating all of those Power 5 teams by 23 points. So still not a very good team? I don't think so. Now, Clemson has never lost to Louisville. In fact, they're averaging 41 points per game against Louisville, which is their highest average against any opponent. And then they're trying to start 6-0 against opponent for the 5th time in school history. The other schools, Citadel, Furman, Newberry, and Virginia. Of course, Clemson had that big 28-game winning streak over Virginia way back when. So a lot of things on the line this weekend. Having the interviews today, I think one of the guys that stood out, Amari Rogers, he had that big touchdown against Florida State last weekend. And I told him, I said, look, you had a jump cut on that touchdown run where it really didn't look like you thought about the knee at all. And he smiled and said, nope, not thinking about it at all. It looks like he has got that completely behind him. So the Tigers, the Cardinals this weekend, noon kickoff. Not sure who all is going to be there in the early kickoff there at what used to be Papa John Stadium, but we'll see. And as Dabo Swinney said, it's another one of those games. It's the biggest game of the season with control of the ACC Atlantic on the line. This is David Hood for TigerNet.com.